These natural phenomena are primarily caused by earthquakes.
But what exactly are earthquakes, and how do they come to be as destructive as what we see on the surface?
The very beginnings of what we call earthquakes come from plate motion, where rocks experience stress which creates strains in the rocks, and when the elastic limit of the rocks is reached, permanent deformation causes rupture and slippage of the rocks. When this happens, the potential stored energy is released under the earth via seismic waves which reach the earth's surface as earthquakes.
When large structures are near the epicenter of earthquakes, several hazards may occur. Such hazards include infrastructure damage, which is due to the violent shaking of the Earth's surface and may also be the result of substandard construction.
Similarly, the liquefaction hazard is when infrastructure sinks because it is built over reclaimed land. The soil used in reclaimed land is already soft and weak to begin with. Thus, when the earthquake happens, the soil tends to sink and the water under tends to rise up over the soil.
Well, are fire hazards also possible?
Of course! Fire hazards are due to the leakage of combustible gas, such as in stoves, paired with possible proximity to easily ignited materials.
Hazards in the form of landslides are brought about by deforestation, which result in loose land and eventually weaker soil when the earth's surface shakes. In light of all of this, it's important to be able to properly prepare for the possible hazards. To do this, one must know and understand how these hazards work. It is important to know what the hazards are in order to be able to prepare for them.
It's also important to research and be aware of what to do during earthquakes. It's also important to know what must be done before the earthquake, such as checking if one's home follows safety procedures, preparing an emergency kit, and knowing exit routes or evacuation centers.
In the event that you're ever caught in an earthquake, it is important to stay calm and remember the procedures researched. There is no other way to get through an earthquake and its hazards other than staying alert and recalling all the things one has prepared for.
Earthquakes, faults, and folds are all products of geological concepts, and it's important to understand these. Studying geology raises awareness on the possible effects and outcomes of earthquakes. For example, the group did not know about liquefaction and when or why it happened. Learning this through geology and understanding how it happens helped us become more concerned about earthquakes, especially with the coming West Valley Fault. It pushed us to become more mindful about our surroundings, especially our homes, and gave a significant reason to seriously prepare for these natural disasters.